Welcome, coaches. Welcome to this amazing class that we're going to give you today in this masterclass that converts. And we promise you right away that if you stay until the end,
You will be able to learn how to design a masterclass that attracts and convert clients, even if you have never hosted one.
yes. So this is made for people that want to really know how to create a masterclass and to convert what they are giving. Okay. But let's step back for a second. Why coaches struggle with masterclasses? Okay, because some of you guys might have tried to hold a masterclass before, to structure a masterclass before, but why do you guys struggle with masterclasses? There are a few reasons.
Number one is that you teach too much, you give too much in your content. And I'm not saying that it's not valuable, but it's too much that you actually end up confusing people.
Yes. Or on the other side, you teach too little and you lose credibility. Okay. So maybe you don't teach enough. Afraid of giving too much, you teach too little and then you lose credibility.
Yeah. Also, a lot of coaches struggle to sell, so they purposely avoid selling because they don't want to feel salesy. They feel this sense of responsibility that they just need to give, and they expect that magically people will reach out to them.
Yeah, that fear of selling that all the time creeps in. Who knows that? Who can relate to that? Now, the last one is the lack of structure to convert, because it can be easy to say, okay, let's just go out there and put your knowledge out there and transform your knowledge into a masterclass. But what is the structure that I need to use to convert? Okay. So it's the lack of that kind of knowledge. How do I structure my masterclass in a way that it can actually convert? So it's not just a volunteering class that you can give to your potential clients, but it's also a way to convert them into paying clients. Okay.
Yeah. And here I want to add one that, like while you were talking, because you talk about your potential clients, sometimes coaches make the mistake that they make these beautiful master classes to the completely wrong audience. So you need to take into consideration this to who is participating in your master
Yeah,
classes.
talk to the right audience. On the other side, so now we see what coaches struggle with their masterclass. But why do masterclasses work? Okay, there are a few reasons. The first one, of course, is because whenever you show up in a masterclass, the main goal is to teach, okay, to give value. It is true that we call this class masterclass that converts, but it's also true that the main goal of the masterclass is to give value, okay? So with a masterclass, you teach, you give, okay?
You are able to show all the knowledge, all the passion that you have in this specific topic, and how you are the right guide to the people that you are talking in that masterclass, right?
Yes, and then of course that creates belief shifts, okay? That also gives clear steps. So in your masterclass, you're not just giving everything that is related to the technical part of your niche. Okay, so it's not just about theory, but it's also about guiding your potential client, your client avatar, with clear steps so they know what are the actions that they can take next.
Yeah. And the next one is very important. And the reason that we really worked hard in designing a masterclass funnel like this that works for a small audience is because the majority of gurus of marketing out there, they tell you like, man, you need to bring thousands of people to a masterclass and you will be able to convert 1%. Okay, then you need to start to think, wow, how I'm going to bring, let's say, 1,000 people to the masterclass, right? You need to do it through ads, right? You need to start to use some tools that maybe at the beginning coaches they don't know how to use it. So that this masterclass funnel that we are about to teach you really works with a small audience. It can be your own masterclass, or you can collaborate with somebody as soon we are going to show you how, right? So it works with small audiences, and that is super important.
Yes, and the last characteristic is that it leads to safe actions. What does it mean? That you're selling without feeling salesy. And here I would like to add the differences, the big difference between a lunch and a masterclass. Okay, so as Juan was saying, there are a lot of gurus out there that are teaching lunches. Us, for instance, when we started and we became full-time coaches, we invested into a very promising online course that was supposed to teach us how to lunch, and it actually did. So
We learned a lot.
we learned a lot. The problem with those courses is that they overpromise. So I remember that their UVP, their promise was like earn $10,000 with your first lunch.
In 1 week.
Yeah, in 1 week. We launched 3 times and we didn't earn 1 cent. So, and second, it is not the right way and the correct way and the fast way and the sustainable way and the profitable way to start to sell your offers as a coach. Okay. So eventually it might work, but it doesn't. But what are the difference between lunches and masterclasses? The first big difference, as Juan was saying, is that for lunches, you need big audience. It doesn't work with a small audience. So whenever you hear about people telling you, okay, you can launch your offer, remember that whenever you're launching, you need yes to grow with ads. You need to invest in paid ads. You need to invest in having a big audience in front of you. And we're talking about thousands of people in order to convert. And the second big difference is that whenever you launch, you are pushing for a sale. So there is a direct sale at the end of the class. The final intention of a launch is to sell your offer. With a masterclass, that doesn't happen because at the end of the masterclass, you will see very soon what happens. So now we're going to dig deeper into the structure of the masterclass. Don't be scared because I'm about to open the masterclass structure here. And boom. Okay. There are nine segments. Let's call it this way. There are 9 segments in a masterclass structure. Don't worry. We're going to walk you through each one of them and make it simple and easy. Number one
is the promise. All right. If you have joined any of our masterclasses, any of our work, any of our workshops, masterclasses, or challenges, we always start with a promise.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot of coaches make this mistake that they launch something, a program, a masterclass, or whatever it is, and there's not a clear promise. So you have to learn how to structure this offer. And today we feel very generous and we're going to give you the exact structure already.
Here we are.
So, wow, this is everything open like this. Don't get overwhelmed. Take it easy.
Let's begin with the definition. Okay, what do we mean with promise? It's a clear statement that tells people what they will get and why they should pay attention, why they should stay until the end. So, one of the characteristics, of course, of the promise is that it creates anticipation. Here, I started with the last one, so Juan's gonna go back to the first one now.
So it has to be simple, right? It has to be also specific and it has to be instantly valuable. So for example, when we started this class, even though it's not a masterclass, but we are sharing like a lot of things for 2 hours, right? It's just 20, 30 minutes class. We are starting with a promise, right? So it is very important to always start. So it is very simple. It is specific. It adds instant value.
Yeah, it has a common objection.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we're going to tell you what it means. And it ignites curiosity. Okay, so I want to stay until the end. I feel that I want to know more about whatever these guys or you guys are going to talk about to your client avatars. What is the formula? How do I create a good promise for my masterclass? Told you we got your back. Here is the formula.
Yeah. So in our program, Impactful Coach, we teach 3 different like formulas, and today we want to share one with you. All right. First is learn how to the result, right? In time frame or steps. And then even if the objection. All right. So for example, one of the masterclass that we have is always, it's called Launch Your Impact. Our favorite UVP for this is learn how to monetize your coaching skills. Monetize is the result, right? In 6 simple steps. All right. Even if you don't have a big following or without selling your soul online, basically, right? Yeah. So if you see, like, learn how to monetize your coaching skills, that is the result in 6 steps. You can say, for example, in 45 minutes, right? Even if you haven't done. So here we have some examples so you understand deeper on how to apply this into your niche.
Yeah, we choose those two examples that might resonate with most of us because are the two biggest niches that we all relate to. One is health and one is relationship. So potentially a health coach promise can be learn how to reset your energy in 7 days, even if you feel constantly exhausted. Or for a relationship coach can be learn how to communicate without conflict, even if your partner shuts down. Okay, so you see here the clear structure, learn how to, and the result in a specific time frame or with the steps, even if, and the common objection. Okay.
If you ever done a masterclass, a workshop, a webinar, start to think and like reflect, okay, what was the promise that I did in that time? And start to think what will be the promise of your next one, all right?
Yeah.
And if this is your first time, beautiful, we got you. We're going to share everything that you need today.
That was the first segment. The second one is the authority. And guys, remember this. When we talk about authority, we talk about you as being an expert, okay? But guys, people don't follow experts, okay? They follow people who have worked that path and understand their struggles and have real results, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it is very important always that you share your experience, right? We always start our master classes, for example, sharing like, okay, how many students we have, how much money we have done. And we always say, like, look, we are not sharing this to brag. We are showing you what is possible, right? We have been in a situation that we didn't have idea how to do this. We were so lost, we were so broke, we were in so much debt, but now things are different, right?
Yeah. So for example, as you were saying, just thought about it, like we never put like our certificates and all of
Yeah.
our certifications to show our authority, to show that we are expert because we have this and this and that certification, that accreditation, and so on, which we have. But we always talk about our experience, okay, as coaches and as human beings. When we talk about authority, we have to talk about two big characteristics, okay? The first one is relatability, and the second one
Is results.
results. When we talk about relatability, remember, guys, that we need to show that we walk that path, that we also relate to their stories, to where they are, because that, of course, creates connection, okay? And the other characteristic is that it shows results.
Yeah. And of course, with the results, you can talk about your own result, as I was sharing before, and those who you serve. These are beautiful ways to create authority in a way that is not arrogant, but you're just showing your work. You're just showing your experience, your own life, and your own results.
Yeah, exactly. That leads us to the third segment, which is the destination. In the destination, let's go one by one. What is the goal of the destination? What are the characteristics in the destination? And then we give you also an example of the destination itself. The goal. What is the goal of the destination?
When you start to talk about the destination, you start to share with them about like to show the future that they want, right? And soon I'm going to give you a very beautiful example, all right? Also, you make them feel, and this is super important, make them feel what it looks like, what it feels like to be in point B, to arriving to that transformation that is really, really powerful. All
Yeah.
right.
So whenever we talk about destination, we're talking about the point B. Okay. You guys know whenever you come to our masterclass, we always talk about taking your clients from point A to point B. And on the third segment of your masterclass, you start to talk about point B. You don't start from point A, you start from point B. Okay. Why? Because it shows the result. It shows the future that they want. There are some characteristics of the destinations. Okay.
Number one, it needs to focus on the result. Listen to me, the result, not the process. Okay. Here, we are not talking about what are the steps that they need to take in order to arrive there. They are already there and they are already experiencing the benefit and the transformation that your program gives. All right.
Yeah. It uses emotional and sensory language because, again, they not only have to imagine themselves, as it says in the other characteristic, but they also have to feel what it feels like to be at point B. And the last characteristic is that it creates desire and hope. Because, of course, if I am feeling how it is being at point B, which is the desired point where I want to be, and if I imagine myself at point B, which is where I want to be, and it's where they will be with your help, that creates desire and hope.
Yeah. And I really like that part of hope, because sometimes people, when they join your masterclass or our masterclass, you see that they really have the hope to arrive to a specific point, but they don't know how to do it. And when they see that you have arrived there, for them is really powerful. All right. So now I want to share with you the example. All right. Let's say that you just married your beautiful and amazing wife or husband, all right? And you both go to an agency, right? We got married on September, so that's why, like, I'm inspired to share this. So we go to an agency. The agent, if it is a good seller, he's going to tell me, like, okay, guys, imagine yourself waking up next to each other with the most beautiful view that you have ever imagined. You get lost in the blue color of the beautiful sea, but you want also get lost in the beautiful eyes of your beautiful wife. You stand up, you have a beautiful, you enjoy in your terrace a beautiful coffee. You just smile to each other, you just feel the love, everything is so harmonious.
That since the last time, this is a very Latino agency.
And if you pay for a Latino agency, you get a Latino experience, all
Yeah,
right?
definitely. That's for sure. The example of the destination that they would give, okay?
Exactly.
But the point of Juan was, of course, the one of showing that they make you feel as if you're there. They make you imagine and visualize yourself as if you are already at the destination, okay?
And soon I will talk about the map, all right? The map is what is going to take people there. But first, let's talk about the mistakes.
Yeah.
So you share the destination, then you are going to talk about the mistakes. So why, Mickey, is important to talk about the mistakes?
Yeah, the fourth segment. The fourth segment is because we want to touch the pain points. Okay. So we talked about where they want to be, how it feels like to work with you, what they would get. Now it's time to touch their pain points, to make them understand why they haven't succeeded yet. Okay. To position yourself with the solution and to show what actually works, which is working with you. Okay.
And it's also a beautiful way to show them that you really understand them, that you really know where are they right now, and that you are there to support them.
Yeah. The mistakes that you're going to share in your masterclass have four characteristics, okay? The first one, of course, is that they are common for them, okay? How do we know if they're common for them or not? It's whenever we do the research on our client avatar and we have to deeply connect and relate to their pain points, okay? To what they're feeling in this moment that they struggle before they start to work with you. And how do we relate to that? Because we already walked that path. Okay. It's the past version of ourselves. Therefore, that makes it deeply relatable.
Mm.
Okay. Another characteristic is a clear explanation for the failure. And of course, as we said, because the goal is also to show what works if they work with you, is giving them a new perspective.
Yeah.
Now, the good question here. Yes, okay, I'm preparing my masterclass, I do my promise, I show my authority, I show the destination, I talk about mistakes, but how many mistakes do I have to show? Okay. Because for sure, if I'm struggling, I have hundreds of mistakes. How many do I have to talk about?
Yeah, I would say that we have to share around 4 or 6, all right? And how do you know this? As Miki was sharing, it is very important that you know your avatar and you put the ones that are the biggest for them, all right?
Yeah. This is all for the mistake. And now we get to the point that Juan likes a lot, which is the map. Okay. When we talk about the map, we talk about the clear path that shows the steps required to achieve the results.
Mhm.
Okay. The characteristics of the map are only two.
Reflects the phases or the steps of your program.
Claro.
All right. So it is very important that here you start to put like the steps that you have in your program. And if you don't have a program, you can text us the word 45 and we will share with you a masterclass on how to monetize your coaching skills. And here we talk about the steps, right? So text us to our Instagram 45 and we will share it with you, right? And here you will see how, in a very simple way, we just share the steps of our program, right? Because it's the path. Like now, I come back to the example of the destination. Now that I already saw the destination to the couple that are getting married, the importance is that they need to know what are the things that they need to do in order to arrive there. In that moment, you tell them, like, okay, first you buy the ticket, the package, right? Then the day of like your honeymoon starts, we are going to pick you up at 5:30 in a beautiful Mercedes, and then like we're going to take you from your house to the airport, and then you go the step by step. How are you going to take those couples that just married and are happy and in the honeymoon to the destination? All right. And it is very important to use universal language. What does means, Miki?
It means that this is, you show the map as the path that anyone must follow to get the result that they want. Okay, so it's what they have to do, which is working with you in order to get to the destination that you guys already previously talked about in the destination section. And that moves us to the sixth segment of masterclass, which is the hero's journey. Okay. What is the hero's journey? Here, I would like you to go and check on YouTube some resources because it is very nice to know more about the hero's journey, which was created by Joseph Campbell. So you can write down on YouTube Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell, and you will find very nice short videos that really explain to you, and they also show you in short videos how the hero's journey look like, even if now we're going to give you the 7 steps to structure the hero's journey. But you will really see that, as one always says, the hero's journey is reflected in a lot of Hollywood movies that you guys and we all watch. So now that we are going to share with you the 7 steps of the hero journey, you will understand what it is. But first of all, what is the hero's journey? Is your personal transformation story. Okay.
Yeah.
And we need to share it for 2 reasons. First, because
It's a beautiful way to connect yourself, your story with the people that are in front of you. And it really creates that connection and understanding on why this matter for you and why this is your mission, right? So basically you make them understand that you are there not just to sell them things, your program, your coaching, right? You are there because you care about them, because you've been where they were. And this is a beautiful way to transition. That is the second goal of the hero's journey, to transition from your content, right, to your offer. All right. And what are the 7 steps?
Okay, there are 7 clear steps of a hero's journey. Oh God. Number 1 is relatability. I was just like you. Literally, you start the journey. I was just like you, which is true. Okay. We never fake our story. We don't need to show a fake hero's journey. Okay. We show our own journey, our own story based on our own experience. So you guys were just like your
Yeah,
clients.
exactly. So in our case, what we always say is like, we're just like you, coaches with a deep desire to help people, right? And we tried everything. We tried challenges, launches, low ticket, high ticket, everything, right? And nothing worked.
Yeah.
And we really wanted something better for our lives, right?
Yeah.
And we were always pushing, 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 and we couldn't do it, right? And then we got the answer, the turning point.
Yeah.
What was the turning point for us, Michele?
High ticket offers.
Mhm.
We discovered the new way. We discovered high ticket offers. And that is when everything changed.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay. So here is what we learned.
Yeah. And here is what we learned was that basically with one high ticket offer, we can basically have enough money to have a good life for a period, like a good period of time, right? One client represent X amount of money. If we go and rely on low ticket, we will need like around 50 clients or 100 clients to get that amount. And we also learn how to structure an offer that allows us to sell it into a premium prices, but also, and very important, to create transformations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And this changed everything. And we learned all this. And right now, and in that moment, we really felt the call to help coaches like you, right?
Yeah,
To do the same and to be able to have a beautiful life doing what you love, helping other people, right?
exactly.
And these are the 7 steps.
These are the 7 steps of the hero's journey. And that brings us also to the 7th step of the Masterclass structure, which is testimonials. Okay. When we talk about testimonials, we're talking about social proofs. Okay. So the goal of sharing testimonials, sharing the social proof, is that they create trust. They build trust with your client avatar, with your audience, and it shows that your system works. Okay. So it is the proof that what you do works. It does create results. And because it creates results, it gives trust. Okay. It allows your new potential client to trust you more.
Yeah.
Okay. Testimonials have some characteristics. Okay. The first one, the most important one, is they are real. Yeah. We, not just me and Juan, we all coaches never fake testimonials, please, guys. Okay. I know that I don't need to say this to you because I know that if you're watching this is because we share a lot of values, and one of this is honesty. But it's very important that we don't freak out the moment that we need to start to share testimonial. And sometimes we start to oversay and over produce, let's put it this way. Don't worry, because as it's written also here, you are your first testimonial. Okay, so, oh, Miki, but I don't have testimonials. What am I going to do? How am I going to show testimonials? Don't create fake testimonials, because you are your first testimonial. Okay, everything that you share so far with your story, with the hero's journey, all of that was your testimonial already.
Yeah.
Okay. Another characteristic is that it shows specific results, and it shows the clear and specific before and after. Okay, so how it was before your journey and how it is after your journey yourself. How it was before working with you, how it is after working with you. There are a few formats for testimonials.
Go ahead.
There are screenshots, videos, and images. Okay, when we talk about screenshots, we talk about the screenshots of messages that your clients or your past clients sent you. When you take screenshots, make sure that, first of all, your clients are okay with you sharing what they share with you, okay? Some things that your clients might share with you, they might want it to be private, okay? So always ask for permission to share it. Second, make sure that if they don't want their names or the images, their faces to be seen, that you cover them, okay? The second format is videos. So you can have video interview with your clients, with your past clients. And again, always have the authorization here. And the last one is images.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and here we always say to our students that taking a little bit out of the masterclass element here, you can also, you don't have to wait to finish the process of your client, the program of the client to show the results. While in the journey, if they send you a screenshot and they say, like, "Oof, I've never been so happy in my life, thank you," this is a testimonial. And this is a beautiful way that you can start to show outside that you are working on this and that actually you are already changing people's life. All right. So this is
Exactly.
another beautiful strategy that we want to share with you.
Exactly. To show the micro wins. Number 8, the eighth segment is the vehicle. Now, we talked about the destination, which is point B. We talked about the map, which is the journey that you guys are going to take them on. And now here we talk about the vehicle, which is literally the car that is going to take them from point A to point B. Okay, so when we talk about the vehicle, we talk about a single clear action your audience can take to get support implementing what they learn.
Yeah. And here are like the two differences, for example, between a launch and this masterclass format is that normally in the launch, you offer your program, right? However, like if you want to sell a high ticket offer in a context like this, at the beginning, I want to, just so that you know, it's going to be very challenging. Let's go step by step. And what we suggest is that that vehicle, you are going to offer a call. All right. And why is this, right? First of all, we want to share with you some characteristic of the vehicle. You only offer at the end one thing.
Yeah.
So you don't offer a call and a program, or a program and a call, or a challenge and a program, or like, oh, I have different like packages. Like if you work 10 sessions with me, this 5, 15 sessions. No, you
One
just
option only.
offer one option. A low pressure invitation is inviting them to a call.
Yeah.
If
And
you want to have clarity about your challenges, how you can implement this in your life, and like your next steps, we are offering today 5 calls.
yeah, and I was interrupting because I want to say, and this is another huge difference between launching and masterclass that converts. Because in a launch, they pressure
Mm,
to buy. You have 30 minutes to close this. This opportunity will never ever happen ever again.
mm,
Okay. And so the selling goes from me to you. I am pushing you to buy. But with a masterclass that converts and the low pressure invitation, the selling isn't the selling, it's a buying. Okay. So I give you the option, okay, of seeing if we can work together. And then you take the action to reach out to me. If you want, if you feel aligned with what I said, if you like what I just shared with you, if you feel that we can work together. So of course, it's a low pressure invitation.
yeah.
Okay.
And we guarantee you that if you follow these steps and if you are able to put some content that really resonates with them, and you are able to create some shifts in their life, like with your content in that specific masterclass, we assure you that people, yes or yes, will reach out. All right.
Yeah. It
So
shows clear benefits
yeah,
and it has a little bit of scarcity.
yeah, beautiful. As you can see, we're still learning how to use this. So it was everything open. All right, well, what is the CTA? What is the call to action? The call to action, as we already shared, is going to be just for one thing. Do something specific, right? An invitation to take action. In this case, we encourage you to offer a discovery call, right? And the invitation to take action has to be very simple, right?
Yeah, it has to be simple, calm, and natural. Okay. Simple meaning you literally give them the direction. So if you're just like, oh, but send me an email, maybe text me, or go on WhatsApp, or just send a text message here in the chat. I don't know. It's not simple. It's not calm. It's not natural. They don't know what to do. You have to give one clear, calm, and simple next action to reach out. Okay? Send me the word masterclass on Instagram. Simple, calm, natural. Natural because we use Instagram. So that's where you can reach to us in a simple way. Calm because it's calm. I'm just telling you, send me the message there, but simple because you understand it. I just say, send one message here. Okay. Now we have here a bonus.
Right. So the bonus is like this. We want to teach you something that you can do in a very simple and ethical way. This is very important, is how you can persuade them, the people that come to your masterclass, through micro commitments. All right, Juan, what is a micro commitment? Is small actions that create engagement and psychological moment, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the masterclass. And listen, that it is very important. Throughout the masterclass. This is not something that you need to do just one time.
Yeah.
And then you don't do it anymore. Also, this is not something that you need to do every 2 seconds, all right?
Yeah.
You need to do it strategically and like with time, yeah, throughout the whole masterclass.
Let us give you some examples. Okay. For example, throughout the masterclass, you can ask your audience some agreement questions. Example, you can say, can you relate to this? Raise your hand if you relate to this. Does this sound familiar? Nod if it sounds familiar. See you nodding. It sounds familiar. A second example can be chat actions. Type yes in the chat. Okay, drop a number 1 if you've been here before. Let them type something in the chat or lead them to simple reflections. For example, what is one word that describes how this feels for you in this moment? Which part resonates with you the most? Lead them to some simple reflections. Now, as Juan said, we don't use these micro commitments every 5 minutes. Okay. And don't feel awkward in using them, guys, because first of all, they're really ethical. I know that they are persuasion techniques, but think about it. Like if you are having brunch with your best friend on a Sunday morning and you have a conversation with him or her, you are gonna ask this question throughout the conversation. It's like, this and this and that happened to me last Thursday, but can you relate to this? Can you imagine if does it sound familiar? Oh, my sister did this and this and that. Does it happen to you too? Tell me yes. What about this? Do you like this jacket? Like we asked these questions already. Okay. So don't feel awkward. It's okay to ask micro commitments throughout a masterclass. It's actually a way to not only to persuade them, but also to make them more committed, okay?
And engage in
And
the
engaged.
class.
See.
Yeah. And like a lot of people struggle with persuasion, but think about it. We are always persuading people. Or imagine the last time that you wanted to go to a specific restaurant and your friends or your wife or your husband wanted to go to another one. Most probably you started to persuade them to go to the one that you wanted, right? So it is very natural. We always persuade. Of course, it has to be with ethics, right? And with like a lot of caring for the others, because unfortunately it's true that a lot of people use it in a very like aggressive way, and this has a problem. All right.
Yes, so here are where the 9 steps, the 9 segments of a masterclass that converts. Okay. And this structure works. it works because this is the same structure that we use and we see results in our own business. And this is the same structure that we teach to our students. Okay. This is why we want to tell you, don't believe us. Okay. Whenever we say this, don't just believe us. This here we are sharing a testimonial.
Yeah.
This is what happened to Gabby.
Yeah. And this is what happened to one of our students that basically they organized a summit and they asked us like, okay, like we want to follow the masterclass format, right? A framework that you guys teach. And like we support them a little bit more, a little bit extra, and they were able to use, Gabby was able to use this structure, this framework in her masterclass. And then she was able to bring 4 people to calls, and then she was able to close 2 clients, right? So look, she didn't need like a huge audience. My understanding is that in her masterclass there were like 22 people, right? And she closed 10% of it almost, right? So you don't need a huge audience in order for people to end up joining your program. Are they all going to buy? Impossible. That doesn't happen in any type of like sales framework. It doesn't happen. But this is giving you a beautiful opportunity to start today to attract clients that are ready to work with you. All right.
Yeah. And be like Gabby. Start to sign clients with your masterclass with this funnel using this structure. Okay. Now we want to leave you with an invitation.
We have for you, because it's Christmas next week and it's Mickey's birthday on Sunday,
Yeah.
right? So we have a gift for you. We want to give a free audit to your coaching business. Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to spend 1 hour with you, right? And where you tell us, like, okay, this is what is happening in my business. Let me show you my offer. This is what we are working. And I will tell you what we would do if we were you in order to get clients and even like charge more for your offer. For your
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to have a real audit of your coaching business with Juan, which is an expert, and to really start 2026 with the good foundations to grow and scale your coaching business. And to get this free audit call with Juan, you just have to DM us the word audit on our Instagram, which is It's Juan and Nikki. Okay, written like all together. It's Juan and Nikki. And this is all for today, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna come with some more new materials, some more classes. 2026 is going to be fantastic and amazing, guys. You cannot just imagine how many things we are preparing. And nothing, I'm just so thrilled.
Yeah. And even though if you don't want your audience, we want to hear your biggest takeaway. So go to It's One and Mickey in Instagram and share it with you your biggest takeaway. We would love to read you and to interact with you a little bit. All right.
Yes. Wonderful, guys. And I see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, we can